let's talk about building an effective health, safety, and environmental management system. For anyone in mining, engineering, or supervising a site, this isn't just about ticking boxes for compliance. This is about protecting real people and building an operation that's truly world-class and resilient. Okay, so let's get right into it. When we talk about an HSE system, what do you picture? Probably some huge binder just sitting on a shelf collecting dust, right? Well, that's exactly what we're not talking about. A real effective system is a living, breathing thing. It's a dynamic blueprint that's actively making your workplace safer and more sustainable every single day. It's not just about stopping bad things from happening, it's about driving your whole operation to be more efficient. So let's start by laying out that blueprint. What is an HSE management system, really? What's at its core? The most important word on this slide, structured. This isn't just a list of rules somebody made up. It's a methodical, systematic way to manage risk proactively. And why does that matter so much? Because when you have a structured approach, you get repeatable, predictable results. You eliminate those costly surprises, and you build the kind of trust with clients and regulators that is absolutely essential to stay in business. So what does it actually do? Well, at a high level, it boils down to these three critical jobs. First, ensuring workplace safety. That directly means fewer shutdowns and, frankly, lower insurance costs. Then there's protecting your employees. That is absolutely fundamental to morale, to productivity, and to keeping your best people. And finally, promoting sustainable practices. Look, this isn't just a nice to have anymore, it's crucial for your reputation and for your social license to operate.
Now, you can't build a strong house on a shaky foundation, right? Same thing here. An effective safety system has to be built on something solid. And in this case, that foundation isn't made of concrete and steel, it's made of people.
And I love this idea of a partnership. A successful safety culture is never ever just a top-down order. You have to have active, visible commitment from the very top, but it has to be combined with real, genuine involvement from every single person on the ground. Without that partnership, the whole system just falls apart. Rules become annoying obstacles, and worse, hazards go unreported until it's way too late. So how do we actually build that partnership? Well, it really comes down to these three keys. First, you've got to involve your team in the planning. They are the experts on the ground, and their input leads to practical solutions that people will actually use. Second, create a non-punitive reporting system. This is so important. It creates a flow of priceless information on near misses, which lets you fix problems before they turn into a serious incident. And finally, you need clear accountability so everyone knows their role and nothing important falls through the cracks. All right, so with that foundation of leadership and involvement firmly in place, now we can start putting up the core pillars that are going to support the whole safety structure. These three pillars, this is your core operational loop. Think of it like a cycle. First, you analyze. You inspect the site, you dig into your incident data, and crucially, you learn from those near misses. Second, you control. You put practical solutions in place, like better procedures or engineering controls. And third, you train. You give your people the knowledge they need to work safely within this new, improved environment. And this isn't a one-time thing. It's the continuous improvement engine that makes your entire operation smarter and safer over time. But just building the structure isn't enough, right? I mean, our workplaces are not static. New equipment comes in, people change, processes evolve. We have to constantly maintain and strengthen our system, and that's where this reinforcement loop comes into play. Audits are not about finding fault or pointing fingers. They are about finding opportunities. They are absolutely essential health checks for your HSE system. They keep the system honest, and they give you critical insights into where you can get better. Opportunities to streamline things, reduce waste, and stop the next incident before it even has a chance to happen. And here's the crucial point. You absolutely need both. Internal audits give you speed and agility. They let you make rapid course corrections that can save you a ton of time and money. External audits, on the other hand, bring in a fresh, objective pair of eyes. They provide the kind of validation that builds real credibility with your stakeholders, your investors, and of course, the regulators. They really work together to give you a complete picture. And this quote, this just nails the final piece of the puzzle. When you empower your employees to do their own regular self-inspections, you shift the entire culture from one of just compliance to one of true ownership. And the tangible benefit? It's huge. Instead of having one safety officer, you suddenly have 100. Hazards get spotted and fixed in real time. It's a massive force multiplier for your whole safety program. So let's bring this all home. When you combine that solid foundation, those strong pillars, and that constant reinforcement loop, you move beyond just having policies and procedures. You actually start to build a lasting safety culture, one that doesn't just prevent loss, but creates real, tangible value. So if there's one big takeaway today, it's this. An effective HSE system is not a project with an end date, it's a dynamic, integrated process. Leadership, hazard control, training, and audits, they all have to work together, constantly evolving. This is what turns safety from just a cost center into a real strategic advantage. And it's what drives the kind of operational excellence that truly separates the industry leaders from everyone else.
So we'll leave you with this question to think about. When you look at your own environment, whether it's a mine site, a factory floor, or a construction project, what's the one thing? Is it leadership? Is it hazard reporting? Maybe it's training. Pinpointing that one area is the very first step toward building not just a safer tomorrow, but a more productive, a more resilient, and ultimately a more profitable one.